released to say that Meek Mill now is able, to travel at this point. Judge Brinkley has been, all over him, but he was released last week. We have opportunity to speak on that. We
haven't. I went live on Viral Hip Hop News moments before my flight took off, and then I know you went into depth of it that the evening after. We tried to get on live. We apologize, but we got time now to talk about it. We all know Meek Mill was released, and I'm glad we're talking about this situation because there's a lot to dive into involving this. Now, we all know the unjust situation that he was put himself in. He was put in jail roughly around November 6th, 2017, recently released last week, late April. So he spent roughly a little around 6-7 months behind bars. We've seen the cop being hit with his dirty ass shit that he got caught with. We've seen Judge Brinkley's just bias toward this brother, yet he sat in jail. But now we see him picked up by owner Sixers, Mark Cuban. We see Robert Kraft on his side. We see a lot of influential people with money around him. Right. And now news comes out, although Judge Brinkley is vehemently against it, he gets to travel and he gets to move. Right. So, let's just talk about that and then we could just dive into it deep.
Well, it's funny that you bring Judge Brinkley's name up because this is real time. I'm actually doing this in real time, bringing this article up. And it now says, according to TMZ, Meek Mill is now free to start doing shows outside of Philadelphia, thanks to his arch nemesis, Judge Brinkley. Judge Brinkley amended the order regarding his bail condition, and now he has the approval to travel outside of Pennsylvania's Montgomery County for scheduled business activities. He just has to submit his travel plans to probation 72 hours in advance. All right, they also go on to say the amended order gives Meek Mill approval to live in Montgomery County. The original bail conditions required him to live in the neighboring Philadelphia County. Meek still has to submit at least one urine test per month. Now, before I'm going to let you expound on that real quick. He did the Breakfast Club interview. He did a few years ago. He spoke on living in Philly and living in Philly. You know how Philly is. I love Philly. My heart is in Philly. All my family's from Philly. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like his status living there, it just wouldn't be. You had to move somewhere like to Montgomery County or another, maybe even to an area like Cherry Hill or something like that. Yeah. It's just what it is because it's like he says, it's the vultures is in there.
It's not the safest place to be, man. It really ain't.
But talk about that though, Sam, man. What you think about that, man? Judge Brinkley actually now letting up on Meek Mill proverbially.
Well, he should be able to properly make a living. He lost enough. Right. It should be done, but we all know in this court system, in this where we live, it's not always guaranteed. We see Kevin Gates last week. We talked about it. He's right now. He have his probation officer on restraining order, or he's trying to file for a restraining order so he can get him totally expunged, so he can go travel. Not to mention see his kids. So he's in a situation where he can not only provide for him, he can't even see him. So, and we all know Judge Brinkley's past when it comes to Meek Mill. She just downright doesn't like this dude. Doesn't like this brother. Has something against him. So for her to do this, I'm not going to sit here and praise it. I'm going to ask why.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
I'm going to ask why. Why not ask why? Okay, why not put him in the belly of the beast where he know he can get into some more shit? Why let him leave that? Thank goodness they did, but why let him leave that? Why let him go into a situation where he can provide and make money and start making the money back? Well, we all know judges can bang that gavel and destroy you however they want, whenever they want. So why now in this situation? Like I said, we see him.